Hi, Dana with Loose Leashes Dog Training. Here to talk about demand barking. I thought I'd make a little video on this because I can't believe how much it is happening. Dogs are barking at people to get attention. They're barking at people to get them to play. They are barking when they're getting their food made, like, hurry up, make my food, hurry up, hurry up. They are barking and they are nudging and throwing toys at you for you to play. You could be sitting down and the dog comes over to you and literally throws their toy on your lap and is like, play with me right now. And if you ignore them, which is what people often do, the dog just gets more crazy and starts barking like, what do you mean you're not going to play with me? And I just can't help but compare this to kids, as I always do. If I were talking to a friend and my son or my daughter came over to me and started pulling on my clothes saying, mom, 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 that would be considered rude and disrespectful. Or if I were cooking for them and they're like, hurry up, mom, I'm hungry, hurry up, hurry up. That would really be considered rude, and I wouldn't ignore that because that's not going to make it stop. And I certainly wouldn't speed up and hurry up and do what they're telling me to do, because essentially we have to be the dog's leader. So a lot of times clients will say to me, I want my dog to listen. Why doesn't my dog listen? Why doesn't my dog come when I call them? And at the same time, these dogs are demanding things and demanding that you're touching them and playing with them and feeding them. And essentially we are listening, well, those people are listening to their dogs by playing with them or speeding up or feeding them when they're telling them to, or the dog is nudging them, pet me, pet me, pet me, and they're just sticking their head underneath their arms, lift up your arm and pet me. And those same people are doing what their dog is telling them what to do. And then they're getting mad that the dog is not listening to them when they are listening to the dog and doing what the dog is telling them to. So, quick suggestions. If your dog demand barks or even just stares at you and whines for something, if you say things like, what do you want, Max? What's wrong? Do you want me to play with you? Or if if you pick up the toy and you throw the toy, or if they nudge your arm and you pet them, you are rewarding the behavior. Or if you ignore them, they're just going to get more annoyed and take it even further. And some will walk away, but the ones that I work with don't. So some suggestions: you have to correct the dog. So as I have in another video, a correction is a 1 second non-emotional correction. So something like the doggy don't. If the dog was barking at you, you hide this thing behind your back. You go, and you press that button. Or, and a little of pet corrector spray. Or, and a e-collar correction. Or if the dog had a leash on, with a little leash pop. Something to say to the dog, you can't tell me what to do. Stop being so bossy, without using those words. I mean, people say that to their dogs. They say things like, I can't play with you right now. We're going to play a little bit later when I hang up the phone. We cannot communicate with dogs like that. We have to just make it simple. You can't do that. Or just plus the correction. You don't say the words, you can't do that. And then you redirect them with something to do. What you don't want to do is and then give them a bone, and then give them a toy. You have to correct and then use a phrase, something that you've taught them, like go lay down or place, something to say, stop hanging around me and pestering me right now. It would be wrong to correct the demanding barking dog and then let them stand there and still stare at you. So you first correct with a 1 second correction, and then you redirect them with something to do, like go lay down. You can give them a bone or a toy a little bit later, but you want to make sure that the dog is not getting a correction and then immediately getting a reward, because that's super confusing. But anyway, just thought I'd make this little video because I'm seeing it every single day with clients. I'm literally talking to clients and the dog is barking at us like, hey, how come you're not paying attention to me? So just thought I'd make a quick little video on how to address that. Thank you.